Hey, welcome back to MVP Hot Wheels. This is Diesel Mac, and today is Sunday, set 'em free, and it's time to do just that. I've got a couple of cars that I've been working on. I put in the Pontiac Banshee, so you can kind of see that around the perimeter of the video here. And I've got some variations that I didn't have loose already. One being this Clover Cars from around the 2007-2008 time frame. So that is an exclusive to this little series. And then one of these I need because there's two bases. But I want to talk about kind of some of the differences that came up. There was a post on Facebook that I responded to about a 57 Chevy that was in a package and how it comes, both variations come in that package, but only one variation comes on the mainline pack and stuff like that. And this is a good example, of just that. And I'll show you what I'm talking about here in a second. So let's go ahead. I've already got this up on the MVP Hot Wheels website. And as always, my light is in the wrong spot. I feel like I just should move my lights, but then I guess, you know, we wouldn't have that moment of me having to do that every time. People would be like, you didn't have to move your light. Yeah, so there is the Pontiac Banshee. I do have another variation coming in the mail, and I think that will do it for all the variations. And then we will do a casting call video. We'll probably break it up because there's quite a few, so we'll probably do all the California customs in one. We'll do all of the red Banshees in another video, and then maybe two videos to split up the last of them, or maybe we'll do them all together. We'll kind of see how that goes. But here is that Clover car. So of course we got that Clover there on the side. That one's only 3-leaf. For whatever reason, they could have put a fourth one on there. Would have been a little more lucky. Blue tinted window, black interior. These bars that are on the top of here aren't indicative of the interior color, so they could be different colors. We do have 5 spokes, and this is a Malaysia base. In the later years, they did put this Pontiac Banshee name on the base of them, but the earlier ones did not have that. So we'll talk about some of that. But pretty cool little metallic green with a blue tinted window. And I think this is the only one that you get that blue tinted window on. So I know the newest one came on it. The new the Hot Ones series has a blue tinted window. I can see it sitting over there. So but none of the earlier versions had a blue tint, and looks pretty cool. So there's that one. So Clover Cars, Pontiac Banshee, that one's open. All right, let's see if I can do this fairly easily. So one of these has a China base, and one of these has a Malaysia base. So I believe this is the Malaysia base, if I caught that right. So these all will have a Malaysia base, and all of these have a China base. And you can kind of see some differences. So like the word zoo is not as pronounced in the white color as that one is over here on the left side. You kind of see that same here, the zoo and that zoo, just a little bit different. If we move the 57 Chevys together, same deal, just a little bit different greens. So you can kind of see some of those differences between the Malaysia here on the left and the China ones here. I do have the Malaysia base. That's why I'm saying we're only going to open up one of these right now, unless I find out in the future that I don't have some of these other cards. But I think I got this from the 5-pack, so I should have all 5 of those already out. So the other thing is you can kind of see the order obviously is different. So the 40 Ford sits at the top, 57 Chevy sits at the top for the China ones. And then some of the cars that when they're sitting in here, like if you look at the plastic that's sitting for the Pontiac Banshee, you can kind of see it's got a little surround in the plastic, whereas that one is just a rectangle, right, like that. Well, it's not moving down too much, but you can kind of see how this one kind of surrounds it. China cars or the China packages usually kind of have that snug feel to it, whereas this one is just going to be that rectangle. So when you're looking at packages and you're trying to see if there's a variance of those cars in there without, you know, people aren't going to show you a picture. It's hard to even get a picture of what base this is by trying to you know, angle this out and then get a picture of all that kind of stuff. So the I guess I got the 57 Chevy. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Because it's in the package, it's pretty exclusive. Pretty, or not exclusive, but the package is worth quite a bit. So here is the 57 Chevy. So these came in the Sci-Fi gift pack. So this one here is the Thailand base, and this one here is the Malaysia base. Both of these came out of 5-packs. I know because I ripped them personally myself. So both of these came from those 5-packs, and that's one thing I was trying to explain on a Facebook post, is that both of these came in there. And if you were to do some research on eBay, you'll find that you couldn't find the 57 Chevy, unfortunately, because I think somebody had bought up the base variation that they needed or something like that. But if you look at the other 4 cars that were available in that 5-pack, they had a Malaysia or Thailand base, which is usually indicative that the whole case has the same base for those. So if you're a base hunter or a variation hunter like I am, those are kind of things to kind of pay attention to. I have noticed that sometimes there's different bases in the same package, but then there's usually only just that base variation for that particular casting. So I don't think that I've seen where they've had a mix of bases on in this package and then a mix of bases in this one and they were different. So something to note. But if you're looking for base variations, you're looking to collect, I mean, some of these are obviously just a little bit different, so you could kind of consider them, variations without just the base and stuff like that. But it's not enough to really point out. Like if I put this as, a little bit darker green and this one's a little bit lighter green here on the 57 Chevy, and you get one that's loose already, you're not going to know, just by that description which one you have. So I try to avoid that on the website there. But we're going to open up the China one because, like I said, I've got the Malaysia base sitting right here. So let me verify this is China. I'm pretty sure that this is the one. Like I said, it's got the snug Pontiac Banshee in here. I do have another pack like this, and the order of the cars is the same as this one is for the Malaysia. I verified that it's Malaysia also, so I'm thinking that in this case, for this particular package, that this is the order if you're looking for the China cars, and this is the order if you're looking for the Malaysia cars. But I only have a small sample of packages. I don't have 10 of these to verify, so just the 2. But let's go ahead and open this bad boy up. We'll just rip the bottom off here, slide her out. And these do have little collector cards, so I collect these as well. So I'll pull that out, and then I'll pull this off. And I keep all of these, hoping to maybe one day get all of them, but that is that's a tough feat. Even though they're just, obviously cardboard. But be something to do, something to add, show all the different ones. So there's the Exotic there for that, and then pretty sure these have some tape on here. And then I'm not sure I'll have time to put all the pictures in for all of this tonight, but the package pictures are in for each base, and you can see the differences within them as well. So go ahead and pull that plastic out of the way, and we'll start with the ones for the reason that I'm opening it. So there is the China base. So like I said, you got both bases here. They both have the name, so Pontiac Banshee up here by the wheel there. So pretty much everything's the same. There's a little bit differences on each of these. Not too much of a difference, so nothing that I would describe on the website for differences, because the biggest thing is just going to be that base, and that makes it the easiest one to find. So there's the China Pontiac Banshee. We've got the Volkswagen Bug. So there is that. You got black interior, clear window, 5 spokes, black base. There's that China base. So there's that variation with some 5 spokes. We've got the Passion. This one again in some type of kind of metallic purple. I'm terrible with colors. It could be like a rosy color. I don't know. It's kind of hard to describe. So, but the original was Purple Passion. So we'll go with that for now. So 5 spokes, clear window, white interior, China base. So there's that. And the 40 Ford, this one the truck. Another one of those, what was Mattel thinking, naming this the same as another vehicle they had. That one being a car and this one being the truck. But they named this just 40 Ford. There's the name on the base. Could have called it 40 Ford truck or something. But they did not. So here we are. So when you pull up 40 Fords in the future on the MVP Hot Wheels, you're going to get both castings because they share the name. And the 57 Chevy with the exposed engine. You could get it both ways, not this particular variation, but they did come both ways. In fact, the first earlier years didn't have any exposed engines, and then they integrated them later. So there's some black on black tinted windows, got the 5 spokes, and there's that China base. It's got the name on the base of this one as well. So there you go. There is the what do we call this one? The RoboZoo 5-pack. And we opened up a Clover car. We got a nice little Zodic cardboard card there for set on free and some information on packages. Excuse me, goodness. So if you're looking for those different types of bases and stuff, things to look at in the package itself to see if you can identify it. Sometimes they're pretty tough because if you look at these, the unfortunate part, right, if we look at this, you can see here, right, made in China, Malaysia, Thailand as marked, right? That doesn't mean that all 3 base variations are available for this. It just means that they just kind of made a package that said pretty much everything. So the back of the package and the country of origin is not indicative to what this says on there. It's strictly on the cars, and in this case, I think there's a difference in this package that you'd be able to tell. So if you're looking for these cars, you could use this video to tell on this package, and then if you've got extra packages kind of going through, if you're going through a store that has a bunch of 5-packs from the late 90s to the early 2000s, same deal. Just kind of see if there's any differences. And I'll put those differences on the MVP Hot Wheels website so that if you want to try to find them, that you can find the right pack so that you have a fresh pack of pulling them, you know, minty fresh cars and stuff like that. And you get the ones that you're looking for instead of buying 10 packs and hoping that one of them that comes in is going to be the base variation that you're looking for. As far as rarity between the 2 of these packs, I don't know that any one is more rare than the other. I will say when I was doing my research for this to try to kind of put my information on that Facebook post, the Thailand one, I believe, was a little bit easier to find. There's one that has the same style of package as this, where it doesn't have that little hook up here, like the card itself becomes the hook here on the back. And then there was a whole bunch where the package had its own built-in hook with a little, you know, curved top on it. So there's a whole bunch of those packages. I'm thinking that's the Thailand package. And then there was one on eBay that had the package similar to the one we just opened without that, which has a little cardboard card in the back. And I think that might be the Malaysia one, but unconfirmed, you know, until we get some more packs in and check that out. So, but there you go. I will get some pictures of this maybe tonight. Put those on the MVP Hot Wheels website for you guys to check out. And don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Hope you enjoyed the information. Hope you had fun watching these get open, set free. They're finally free, and eventually we'll go into a room full of display cases once we get the house built. So I'm looking forward to that day to come. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. All right, bye.